What's up, Catherine?
Hi, John and George. Thank you for taking my call. One question. My husband and I have been out of work since September last year, and it's getting a little tight right now. And so we called our creditors to be proactive and ask them can we be on a program paying less over a period of time. We've had two that will not work with us. What can we do?
I'm so confused. You're telling me for 9 months there was 0 jobs that would hire you guys?
In the single hottest job market in the history of the United States?
I just don't buy it, Catherine.
How?
I really want to believe you.
How? What happened?
Hey, I called for advice, not to be given a value.
Well, the advice is go to work, and you're telling me you can't work.
What?
I had a car accident 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a car accident 2 years ago. I'm not able to, and that's as far as I'll go there.
Okay.
And my husband's in the tech industry, and there's millions of people that have been laid off in all of those industries. He's looking for work outside of his industry, but I'm just asking you, what would be possible? Are there any rules or laws or considerations for a company that you owe money to, credit card, so on, that will not allow you to make arrangements?
No, they make arrangements when they think they're not going to get paid, and they start to grasp what they've got. What they'll take what they can get, but they'll also sue you because.
So we have every intention to pay. We've been paying right along, but
of course.
You know.
But they're going to be thinking. So here's the deal. They're going to be thinking the exact same thing that George and I just thought. And so I know there's going to be extenuating circumstances. There's going to be, hey, what about this? What about this? But their first question is going to be our first question, which is, hey, George and I both have families. If we get laid off in our sector and there's no job, I'm going to start mowing lawns, and I'm going to start driving for Uber, and I'm going to start driving for Amazon. I know you can't do that because you've got some outside of the bell curve challenges. But what I'm saying is, man, they're just going to say, hey, you signed up to borrow money from us, and you said you'd pay us back in these time, and we're waiting for you to pay us back. So I don't know of any legal requirements for any creditors to work with you outside of like these special mandates like the government made during COVID. Like they can't evict you or they can't do X, Y, and Z. I don't know of anything like that.
I mean, there's some things they can't do legally, like call you outside of certain hours, harass you, things like that. But they're legally allowed to collect the money, and they can sue you for that money. And so you can tell them, I'd be proactive with them and say, listen, we have no income right now. We'd love to pay you something. We can't do that right now.
How bad is the debt situation?
Well, we owe about $60,000 in debt, and with various companies, including, your car payment and so on. And we're not one to just buy. We only have one car at this point. After the accident, we did not replace my car. And
did they write you a check?
They paid off the loan. It did not cover our down that we paid on the car.
Okay.
But it did cover the loan. So that was good. And we're renting, and we started something on the side here, trying to be proactive, but my husband, had a really great job in his sector, and I think age is part of it. He's 65 and plays a role. And there's all these, he interviews really well. He gets right to the top, and we think the bean counter says, there's a lot of people out there to choose from. So we are being proactive, and we have put things in place to create something on our own. I was just wondering if if there's something you could say to a creditor, hey, and we keep saying we fully intend to pay, we just would like to pay a little less for, like 4 or 5 months or something. That's what we're asking.
Yeah, if you've called them and made that call and asked them to work, because, what you're doing is you're appealing to grace. Will you please help us out? And
yes.
They've said, no, we won't help you out. And every one of them is going to say, well, just don't pay the others, you pay us. And then the next one's going to say, well, I don't care about your car payment and your whatever payment. You pay me because I loaned you money. And yeah, it's just going to go around. It's going to go around and around like that. How short are you? Do y'all have any income coming in whatsoever?
Social Security.
Okay.
How much is that a month?
So we're a couple $1,000s short a month. How much is our Social Security every month?
So how are you covering the difference?
$4,500.
Okay, and your expenses are more than that?
Our house, which is a rental, is $2,500 a month.
Oof. Is there anywhere
That's the least
cheaper you can
expensive
move?
in the area.
Like
Not where we
away,
are.
like not in the Santa Fe area.
Well, we.
Let me rephrase that. You
we
can't
could move
afford to
down-
live in Santa Fe.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
It is eating up too much of the little income you guys have right now. And it's going to be super hard to pay off debt when, 60, 70% of your income is going towards housing.
Here's my big fear, Catherine, is that they're going to come take your one car away. They're going to repo it. And
Well, we're not late on anything yet.
Do you have other
we're just
debts
trying to make
outside of the collections?
We're not in trouble yet. We're just trying to make arrangements, and we know, because at this point we were really hoping with all these interviews that he got so far with each one that we would have a job at any time, and that's been since September. So it's become evident we have to do something now.
Can he go drive for Uber Eats, DoorDash, deliver for Amazon, do anything?
He's applied actually for all those types of places. He's applied as a customer service person at a Best Buy, and et cetera, et cetera.
But the fact that for 9 months no one has hired him, I just can't believe that in this job market, even for the side gig economy.
Well, there's so many people that are out of work. We thought it wouldn't be an issue, and so when my husband said, "Well, I'm going to go outside of my industry. I'm going to have to go outside of my industry," and he's been applying steady for multiple jobs a day, anything that comes up. And he's not, and he's gotten interviews. I mean, he even applied for a manager at Dillard's. Anything at all that he could do that would just sustain us for this period of time.
Well, it sounds like he's noble. He's going down swinging. I think, as George said, the harder conversation is, because it may be that in Santa Fe that work is really tight right now, but it's bananas in other markets. It may be time to have a really hard conversation about we can't afford to live here right now, and there is no work.